So something I've been wanting to do more is make more grab on the go food so I stop, wasting money on buying snacks all the time. And it reminded me that I have some leftover sourdough starter and of these um, pepper buns that I used to have when I lived in Taiwan. So I'm gonna try to recreate it. So I have my starter here, added some water. It is a pretty high hydration batter, and then I'm just gonna add some flour, and then we'll give it a mix. And I've also added some oil in there as well, just like a couple spoonfuls. And then once I have this dough, I'm just going to cover it up and leave it to rest for 2 hours. For the filling, I do equal parts green onion, napa cabbage, some garlic, and ginger. And I also have some tofu, which I pressed and try to get rid of as moisture as possible, just to, add more protein. And then I've also added some beef. For the seasoning, it's just soy sauce. I did 2 spoons. I would recommend doing a bit more actually if you like it salty, and then some mirin, just for a bit of powder, and some white pepper powder. I also decided to add a bit of dashi just for a bit of umami. You can also use MSG if you want. I just didn't have any on hand. And then I gave that a good mix. And then brief interlude because I need to replant my green onions. So as you can see, the dough is pretty sticky, but it's ready to go. I've already made 2 buttons there in the back, as you can see. I would suggest pre-flouring your surface and your hands. It is a pretty high hydration, so it's kind of hard to work with sometimes. And then just add a pretty generous amount of stuffing to the dough ball. And then just form it into a bun. And once you're ready, just get the pan hot, add plenty of oil, and put your bun onto the pan. I would suggest maybe flattening it out a little more than I did, just so you can get, the most crispy surface area you can. Because, I guess it's just how I like it. And then once it's ready, it should flip over pretty easily, and you'll get that golden brown crust. Once you've browned both sides, you can just put a lid over it and let it steam for a bit as well. And there you have these sourdough pepper buns. I think what I'll do is just put them in the freezer, and then whenever I want to grab and go, I'll just throw it in the air fryer.